Why have BDS wanted to go here? And theoretically, maybe there was something that they saw yesterday. Maybe they think, oh, this is their labs game. We know this game better. We know how to develop the game here. Then you're going into Chalet, but that was the pick that was always
going through these choke points. You know, you've brought a hard breach lineup, but you've not been able to really get that going. So plan A has somewhat faltered. Now you've got to find the way to pivot, find the next chance to see if you can just quad stack over towards Garage side, find a couple of kills. It doesn't work with Bolo. I mentioned his entry stat to begin 8-1. Well, to begin against BDS, it is a loss on that one. Naif, though, able to clean up Liquefact, but the trades will stay in favor for BDS momentarily. Up 3-2. Kobe will go down after finding a kill. Pempasu, the solo, and he will fall over towards blue. BDS kickstarting 6
aggressors, and you've got some huge guns on that side, so if anyone's going to not overstay their welcome, but feel more comfortable in it, there's a moment there. Into vending, but then traded out. Solotov finds Bolo as NGR is able to get Shaiko. Two different fights have sort of capitalized themselves, but Solotov is having to fight his way back, and as I said, if there's a team that's going to overstay their welcome, but they're happy to, Solotov don't even have the numbers. They haven't even fully cleared out first floor. They're in a bit of a mess here in the second round. Still a Nitrocell too with users as Kobe takes a little bit of damage around the ram. And here does come Solotov, but Kobe watching on the flank and gets the very nice kill. 50 seconds left, 3v3. Somewhat winnable still for DZ. If they can find the next pick, Emmy, it's going to really help them out. Now, the removal, obviously, of the Doc B means that the pushes might be a little bit more sticky, but the Flores is kind of less of a cost than actually losing Bolo, who, as you said before, yesterday, huge player for the team, able to get themselves into the entry statistics. Kobe is stepping up as well as Naif so far in the opening 2 rounds. The drop comes towards the little tuck default plant spot, but Efac has the cross angle, and they just threw themselves in as I paid the compliments. Liquefact paid some in French with bullets. Users gets Pamba.
Logic Bomb called out from Kobe Lax as Brede again just looking to just try and keep command server locked down. They need to keep the second floor control. DarkZero need to take it to fully utilize IT. The swing from Brede rather aggressive, and Kobe will shut him down. Opening kill goes the way of DarkZero, but their advantage doesn't last for long.
I mean, rather aggressive is a bit of an overstatement, but here's 2 more aggressive players finding some fight back. Kobe, he's got a big moment to try and keep the momentum in towards their favor. Some support on his left shoulder and some coming in the top of blue. Great take from Naif around the corner on towards users. But here we are with some vertical control and still scrappy fights happening. Liquefact comes off worse for wear.
Well, they got second floor, Emmy. So 50 seconds left. You finally got second floor. You can play IT. The issue is, though, you haven't really got around that storage area cleared out, and you've still got a lot of utility for BDS to defend any kind of plant in there. I wonder if they might pivot, try and go for a control push eventually. 30 seconds. You're going to have to just take some of these fights. And one from above. Kobe will get the down on to Shaiko. Finishes him off. 2 into the round for Kobe Laxers. NJR also gets rid of Liquefact. DarkZero.
So this time round, why risk it? Throw the smoke in, throw the glass in. BDS aren't going to sit around and give their lives entirely willy-nilly. But here, caught on the drone round the back. There's a drone watching. What happened there? I mean, they get...
Maybe even on the con side if they really want to stretch this defense of BDS.
Well, they're holding on towards the top of blue. They're inside IT, trying to make their way across, and Bolo wants to hit electric, but Shaiko is making that very awkward for him on the opposite end. It's a heavy rafters approach with him. Glass removed by users. The fight falls into Naif's favor. Bolo's able to get Shaiko, and suddenly it is just Solotov on the back of the site. Now, they do not currently have the kid in pocket that is isolated inside IT. That's why they've got to quickly pick themselves up, go for the rotate. He's been able to fight, but he didn't lock it down!
Thought he killed him!
Thought he killed him! Pulled around too much on towards that angle as they can feel BDS, even DarkZero starting to encircle them. They're inside vending, they get 1 kill on the way out the door, but there's Kobe!
Wow.
Hopped in the window and dropped 2 of them down. Fantastic play on the back of the boogie drone.
Yeah, do you think, Kobe? Do you think the haters are talking, but you're showing up right now against one of the best teams in the world, if not regarded as the best. 7-3 down towards basement. Look to them get side control over towards the Exo side, Cargo side. They can really surround BDS, but there he is. Shaiko makes his mark, shuts down the rookie. Kobe will have to see out the rest of the round on the sidelines. 3v3 with a minute remaining. Big round coming up for both teams.
Now we got to see if Naif can try and get some IGLing round on his sort of modern system with the team build and approach here. They're hanging angling on towards EXO, but you've still got a bit of a spread there towards the back end of the blue stairs. They're eyeing themselves to push down from that point, maybe with the kit. They seem to be in deep conversation, but as the time ticks on, with how vast this site can be, you're starting to question what they're angling for, what they're trying to hope for at this point, because BDS aren't giving it to them. Sure,
they have no flashes, like they don't really have much good utility, no logic bombs available from NJR. You've got one smoke on Nafe, that's about it. So it seems like to me, DarkZero is quite hesitant in dropping down. They're not quite sure where BDS are located. They've got drones, need to make the most of them. Big win from NJR, but traded. They actually trade each other. 1 for 1, 15 seconds left. Over towards the tank we go.
Ring around the rosies, but only one still standing, and now it's suddenly a 1 versus 1. Bolo versus users. The pistols are out, but they're not quite able to connect. It's been undefeated on since the release of Rainbow Six Vegas 2, so they've had some time. Did you ever play the old Rainbow games?
Yeah, I think so. About a long time ago.
Yeah, that
long time.
That was
ago.
the setup of the joke. It's all right. Hap usually doesn't get those either. A minute on, and the first fight comes out towards it, and they just swung in, but well, it's traded back and forth all over the shop. A 4 versus 2 is the fallout of the end to just Kobe. Now he's able to get the first. It will reveal his position to the remaining BDS players, though.
He knows League of Facts low. We should know that he's low.
Charging in and past every fight possible. He's trying to isolate.
Just tap him, he's low.
But he just can't get the confirmation. Finally finds it. And as he gets to the end of it, now a 2 versus 1, but one above is the risk. The first call goes out.
You know, he's close. Logic bomb, you got the information. I think for a second he hesitated, maybe thought he was above. Oh, Shaiko with the nitrocell. At the very least here from BDS, I think they're just trying to see if someone from DarkZero, like a Pampazu, you know, tries to push up. But I think with the way that this is set up, yeah, it's almost like a bit of a bait. Yeah, and Dave's sitting towards blue on the CC stairs, so that's blocking off that entry point for BDS, so don't worry too much about why they're not pushing in that direction. Big kill all the way from BDS, even so much so that Brede finds a double onto his teammate of users. They've still got the advantage, they've still got the numbers. Down to Nafe and NJR, coming in towards command now as we see the death mark called out from Shaiko on to Nafe. Solotov will follow suit, courtesy of that death mark. NJR with the kill onto Solotov just gives a brief hope, a brief moment still for DarkZero. Needs to deny the plant. Shaiko close by. Brede confirms the plant, and Shaiko confirms the kill.
But so is this, the breach, the blitz, smashing their way through all the way up to the mirror window as it gets covered. An impact does hit, but now look, face to face, toe to toe, round and round we go. But a man behind him comes in offers some support, and Bolo goes down to, gets down onto Shaiko as well. Brede does trade it out, but
a very rushed attack, which is not quite like the BDS we would probably expect, where they're very calculated, make really good, calm plays. I felt like maybe once they lost Solotov, it should have just been, hey, let's just go for a plan B.
I think what they're waiting for right now is for the plant to be attempted and then maybe try and put pressure onto Liquefact. Brede is sitting and waiting, and oh, he almost could have confirmed that, but he didn't want to risk it. Pops the fire in. Liquefact's able to get one.
You cannot be losing
3 but the time is the worry. They pulled themselves back out. 20 seconds, and DarkZero make the right decision, which is leave. Pull themselves further away, and they drop in. It's a down player.
Oh my
Brede
God.
takes a scrap of damage, but cargo stairs of Kobe again showing up when DarkZero need him the most. It leaves Brede, but it's a long distance between the 2 remaining players. They aren't offering him anything. He's just going to hold on to it because they know he doesn't have another choice. And there is the close down.
Well, it should never have been that. You know, you're not going to see BDS have a round like they did in the previous one all that often, so they've made the moment. Nitrocell thrown out, but it's very fast rushing users. The blitz is successful. Lick, in fact, got the opening kill on to Kobe. There was that trade, though, so 1 for 1. Not awful considering. A fall short of Brede, who just pulled back at the right time on the Hibana. Trying to get some help towards Rafters now as well. Solotov making his way in. Shaiko, though, with the Vendetta. Bullet does get 1 for good measure, but ultimately BDS.
Some pressure from underneath. It hasn't been netted with a kill as of yet, but you just hear and see and get hunted down by BDS. The lineup is relentless for this. They're inside. Solotov's been able to find himself a double. NJR and Shaiko having a battle on cargo stairs. But the only one that's been put in a box has been all the DarkZero. Nafe. All that's left here of keeping DarkZero alive. Got to ace onto BDS in the first fight. He's not able to get it connected. Has to pull himself out as Brede secures the plant, but a flawless. To end the opener here, BDS, they are taking their opponent's map and are eyeing up sort of played as their here, go kill. You can do that with BDS when they have the synergy that they have.
Yeah, I think that coming into this as FURIA will be the last one to get banned out. There really is no expectation. performances. 60 seconds left as BDS getting their checklists done. And I imagine they're going to start to put the pressure on. One outside of the rappel, big window. Kobe in a very precarious position. One on the window, one down below. Lost his life striker with the opening kill of the round. There was a trade, though, immediately backed by NJR, who is still low on the lesion. But time starts to become somewhat of a factor as users trying to put the shield away temporarily on the Blackbeard. Gets the kill onto what was a low health NJR. Advantage now for BDS.
Well, the fight happens over the top of the stairs and they scream their way down towards Trophy, and it's a 4 versus 2. They don't really have direct control of anything, but it hasn't really stopped them. A beautiful shot from Bolo on the back line of half wall with Naif still operating underneath. They're luring them in, but fortunately for them, users had gone a little bit further along Naif. 20 seconds to hold off. It's not impossible. If he's able to just sort of pip the planter and get a surprise moment here, BDS could fall away, and well, he sees a Blackbeard, and that's the worst possible person to see. That will read the information. Great take on the first. He's not able to get
his head was showing
the rip of it. I mean, it's easy for us with the outlines on the side of box. They're not really contesting around Ivy. Instead, it's actually Shaiko that, with the LMG, just swings wide, removes Bolo from inside the core of the site itself. Pamba's going to try and step in, but there's sort of a big statement of, I wouldn't do that. He does catch one, but it's the same second. Shaiko gets another kill. There's pressure on the door, and he just walks into somebody else's fight. When are they going to... And you could see that it ate at them for a while. They'd be on stage, that even in their biggest moments, feel that weight. And, you know...
Simply the site, but... Minute and a half, 4v4. It's a little bit better than what we saw from Bedroom. That's just a peek again from Kobe. Wants to try and get information towards Big Window and towards game. The roam game still all look to fall back to site. Well, I mean, this is just NJR getting slaughtered from behind. Liquefact just creeping up towards West Main. And Ball over towards Trophy Stairs. They're just all over the place defensively. DarkZero have got numbers around the map, but no one's really playing off each other. You know, you got like one Barstock, one West Main, one Trophy. It's like they're trying to get so much map control, but there's too much spacing, and it's allowing BDS to just kind of slip through the cracks and get themselves into the map. Absolutely commanding. There's a lot to do with only 20 seconds left. Nitrocell not ideal onto users. For a 4v4 with so little time, this is the kind of round that DarkZero essentially have to win. By finding these kills, they will indeed win. And a bit of a curious case there for BDS in terms of the...
Someone to offer some support. The Blackbeard is still getting some damage done as Pamba is the next to be forced and shepherded away, and they're not even trying to convert the kills, I say, as Pre-Day.
I mean, that's just Kobe being in a very difficult position. He's got pressure on the balcony outside, and then you still have to deal with the pressure on the inside. So he was kind of just caught in a crossfire. He needed to try and get out of that spot earlier. Had he done so, could have kept himself alive, put more pressure back onto BDS, but he was the one under an immense amount of pressure. Bolo, a nice kill, but it's probably all for naught. Brito's going to be able to get the plant down safely inside a bedroom. Now it's a 3v1 in the post plant. Shaiko puts an end to the round pretty quickly. Well worked from BDS from down below, but yeah, DarkZero need to just hold their key positions, keep Barstock control, keep Mezzanine control, and allow Pambazu to be the hero later in the round. You cannot be losing players early, though, on bar games. Still a minute remaining, so much time. Pambazu needs to get involved.
I mean, he's being called. He's round the back, and a great bit of motion there from the Vigil, but as Shaiko and Bolo and Naif are actually all able to win out their own personal engagements, it leaves us in the 2 versus 3, but the site is actually currently being controlled by BDS. They're going to see if they can get a plant down as the hatch is watched. There's nobody here to try and directly stop it at this point. It's going to turn into a post-plant retake. It's a bit awkward. They fight their way out the window, and they're trying to win the engagement somehow. Pre-Day gets the exchange on towards the side of Pamba now, and it's a post-plant with a 2 versus 1. Pre-Day!
Wow.
He's just ripping his way out. We've always known him to have huge clutch potential, but what a moment there. Pulls the kit down, fights his way up and out of the room. Bolo is caught on mud, and I mean... Option here from the side of DarkZero. They have more options. Do they know about Shaiko? He's returning his way up, gets one, and he's able to escape as well. There's a player on his tail, but he can't quite net the kill. Kobe cover the noise to get out of there.
I mean, the issue here, though, is that with so little time remaining, if BDS still having the numbers, yeah, that's exactly what they needed at that exact point in time. Big kill from Bolo, evens things up going into what will be the final 30 seconds of this round. It feels like a must-win for DarkZero. Otherwise, at 6-1, it's a long way to come back from. You've got to get your opportunities when they are presented to you, and this is certainly a round in which they've still got a good chance. Bolo at second, opening up the site now, making things a little bit more comfortable for DarkZero. Naif will help out as well, gets involved, leaving just Solotov by himself, spotted and finished off from Bolo. This series is they've looked fine, but they just keep making too many mistakes compared to their opponent.
Well, NJR is able to get rid of Solotov, and the Nook is already eyeing up the site, but instead would prefer the kill. The Solace was on the track of the gadget tree, but with users getting knifed, they at least aren't entirely bleeding out. It's easy.
One over on the bar side of things as well. Then technically Mezzanine up above as Shaiko goes for a roam, I think seeking to try and get the numbers back into a stable position for BDS. Instead, he walks into Pampasu on the Nook, and suddenly this is a round in which DarkZero should very well win. It's 4v2. BDS can only play one in bar stock, one in Mezzanine. So one on the first floor, one on the second floor. They are completely separate. Users and Bride can't trade each other, but Users goes for a vault out from Mezzanine to front entrance, kill onto NJR. Bolo goes down temporarily to the frost mat inside of Mudroom. Will get himself out, but is debuffed for the remaining 30 seconds of this round. Kobilax on the glass, trying to find one through the smoke. Gets a kill onto Bride. 3 in the round, making a quad now from Users in a 1 versus 1 against the hampered Bolo. Users looking to find the ace to get them into a match point round. And as it stands, Bolo doesn't seem like he has an idea as to where Users may be. Swings around, Pistol wins it. A tremendous effort from Users with a...
Let's see if DarkZero, I suppose, can prove why it wasn't. They're inside and above, trying to find a fight with Lookafat. Kobe on the Blackbeard is tucked into a corner. He's in a bit of an awkward spot, but he's able to win out the first and the second. Kobe! Huge pair of kills there on the top floor. Wrest control. Bolo finds Solotov after the single frag they got, and we are in, the previous round once again. Users and Bride, all that's left, trying to hold on. Users gets none. This time just kept on double dipping, and Bolo, he's leaving a little bit of bait here. The man has gone fishing for a Frenchman, and he's hoping.
The pacing from DarkZero in this half has been honestly quite incredible. Going up against BDS, that's the thing. It's because of their opponent as well as they finish off the round, this time in emphatic fashion. This is going to be a breach. Rosh towards basement, and it will be. Smoke goes out. Bride does stop that little attacking opening kill streak by getting the kill onto Bolo, but it does matter not, because the plant goes down successfully, and DarkZero are able to find kills in that moment while the plant was going down. BDS were rushing back to site, but could not stop it, and NJR on the glass has already found one, and can certainly do more damage here.
What a cacophony of noise here. Users gets caught out by the glass, the cover. NJR has it locked in. There's a bit of a, too deep of a dive, but look how far back they are watching it. The Monty's on one shoulder. They have a player all the way deep, and they're trying to bait the engagement, but that's not the man you need to watch. There's one round on the back of Kobe. We're all tied.
Out that drop looking a little bit tantalizing, thinking, I just want to get out of here. There's the flames. Users up in flames, but he does make the drop successfully, albeit losing a lot of health.
That's sort of it, right? That he survives. The most important part right now. He's been one of the sort of standouts. He almost ace-clutched around earlier on. It could have been a very different game here, but there's 2 more. Again, Bride and Users in a 2 versus X, but there's at least 1 extra. Flawless. Will we get a flawless here?
Flawless.
Yes, we will!
Kenny.
His deaths, he's trying to not beat that first bit of focus. The calls come out, the pressure around the top of Ivy. It's a fight against Users here, but there is Shaiko getting NJR. There is a trade back, but Bride against Pamba. They keep the body advantage. Solotov pops up and gets the end of Nafe. They've been able to spring a bit of a trap here. BDS.
Oh boy, down to the Master and the Apprentice, Bolo and Kobe. Still tied, 50 seconds. Bolo does get one. That might just alleviate the pressure, especially for someone like Kobe.
20 seconds is going to be devastating to any of their approach and their chance to play with the plant. Bolo accidentally opens up chat, I believe, and that's the worst time for that. The Elemines as well, but the C4, I said it. It was always the threat on the board itself. The first fight might come onto the side of Ivy here. The drones are making their way around, and Kobe is the one on blue stairs with Nafe, Pamba, and Bolo all aggressively around the side. Kobe's caught as he tries to get out of there, but not before Bolo's able to find Lookafat.
No flank potential here from DarkZero because they got that early kill. They all fell back, 5 stack towards site. Still top floor control, Nafe in towards library, but everyone else around bar and bar stock here. 40 seconds remaining. What can BDS do with the numbers disadvantage?
They've got the players down inside stop.
Never caught.
They had 1 less player now, a 3 versus 3.
Nafe's still in library though. They haven't cleared him. They may not be aware of his position.
Well, he might be able to activate on towards Brede. Brede's the one with the kit. He's
got no
above the
idea.
hatch, and if they don't know about Nafe, if Nafe can get the hatch cold, that might be the win condition entirely. He just has to operate, activate at the right time. Does he know? Solotov and Shaiko, he is waiting patiently.
Nafe is
He's
moving.
on the move. He's on the fight onto Brede. It's cold. Brede is down inside the site. They have the Overwatch on the kit itself. A triple for Nafe. And once again, DarkZero.
On a heater, playing with confidence, playing with exuberance. There's that Nitrous ult, and Nafe cannot get away in time, and Pamba falls with him too. Just like that, BDS with the advantage.
Now, what can they do with 20 seconds? NJR gets Shaiko and Kobe gets Liquefact. The balance instantly swaps back round. It's blind, but Solotov gets one at Brede for his third polo. We have sung and screamed his praises, but not quite this round. He's not going to be punished for the back end of it. He's able to get himself into a little bit more of a powerful position. There's the catch, though! Pamba picks up as free Solotov. And now Shaiko
Play
has
side.
the
You can play
C.
side. This is where 60 seconds left, 5v3. Everyone back to side if you can. Pampa can't. He was stuck bar stock. Really good cover from Shaiko to know that the retreat back for Pampazu was always going to be a difficult one. So that's an opportunity to get a kill. He gets it, kills him. 3v4, 40 seconds left. And look at the huddle. 3 towards blue hallway. Nafe over towards 5 place stairs. DarkZero are holding on for dear life.
It's not even the huddle, it's the guns as well. It's just a wall of shotguns, and the first, though, is the one that isn't. There's Nafe popping it on the back end. Brede has to find 4 kills to lock it out here in map 2.
Look at him. That is a huddle.
I mean, it's just all shotguns as well. It's a nightmare. You are walking into a firing range and you get one, but BDS, they bleed.
PSG Talon.
You never know. It's the magic. Hey, what happened when BDS and PSG Talon won against each other last time?
No comment.
Now at this moment in time, DarkZero, they're at the possibility of bucking this trend. Oh, there's the run out. There's the catch onto one. He saw a second for a second, and he's actually going to double dip, but the player has dropped on down. Nafe gets the opener there on towards Shaiko, and Efac's able to get Kobe right back on the top floor.
As he performed overall. Under a minute remaining, 4v4. BDS have actually started to make pressure towards the site, but Liquefact shut down. That pressure no longer there. Courtesy of Bolo with a good little peek from the bomb chassis. Shuts down that push coming through from Pillar. Solotov looking to back up this position, but his teammates are still top floor.
Just sees the pop-up and put right back down. Bolo gets himself a second for the round. As we said before, he was that difference maker, that X factor on the previous map here, and he's off to the same sort of start. Heated up. Ready to bring the fire on towards Cafe. There is now 2 players trying to eke their way around into his territory, the territory of the site itself. He pulls himself back, as he said. Great new positioning and repositioning. 14 seconds.
Oh,
goes out for his third. Brede does stop his tear, but I think he'll be more than happy to take that. Nafe gets the last. And there is the start. Now the Blitz is knocking on the door itself. They just need to try and formulate the hold. And you can see that the remaining members of DarkZero are trying to break it. It's a risky play, but they confirm the kills. They won't get picked back up, and there's no one to trade it. And there's Kobe getting Solotov. Nafe getting users as well out of the exchange of it. And as Brede goes for the plant, suddenly it's a 2 versus 3. The C4 is ripped and thrown. Not quite close enough to stop the plant. The second won't get the drop as well. Helped by the shield, but he is only on a sliver of health. Shaiko having to watch both ways. The pings are hot, and it's not enough as Bolo comes around the corner, and Bolo! Might be the tip of the spear, or just sort of a rebuffing. The Havana trying to clear the space above the site and the kit on towards Piano, but it's Solotov that does find NJR from the back end, but instantly traded out because he's just in the middle of the site, taking a risky move, and it's not quite paid off as it did before. The C4 on the windowsill won't quite get the catch on the player, but you can see BDS is so concerned about how DarkZero have been anticipating, manipulating the space outside of the map itself. They're exploring all of their options, and all of them are generally leading towards killing. And talking of that, Pamba heading his way up the stairs and right back down.
45 seconds remaining here in the third round. If DarkZero can find 3 in a row, it's really going to put BDS into that tilt mode. Users breaking down the barricade inside a shop. BDS just trying to see if they can maybe find someone before the eventual push towards the site. Top floor has been cleared. No one there for DarkZero. Pamperzoo is still actually over towards first floor as well, can offer a point of difference then just on the site itself, let alone even on that second floor. As the smoke comes out, the push is going to be quite quick. 17 seconds remaining with the Warden still up on Kobe. He is one to watch as Nafe gets rid of users. 0-3 for him.
BDS gets the cross on towards Bolo, and they are flooding their way into the site, but Nafe doing all the work that he can. It's popped either side. Kobe stops the ace, but I'm sure Nafe is going to forgive him. Shaiko at 1 versus 3, but they have his position. Between Nafe and Bolo, and then you've got NJR, one of those big clutch factor players and one of the most historied players for the roster. There he goes. Bolo gets 1 more for his tally for the day so far. There's a fight on the top of this window.
Could be a head about to be popping there.
I mean, that's it. They're angled, they're prepped, they're ready. BDS is aware of the player as well.
Oh, sees the foot.
Oh, it's a bit of damage, and he gets out of there, though, and now it's the pressure on towards Cigar.
Yeah, I mean, Nafe is very low now, so it's going to take something very special. Bolo, jump out kill. Claymore, though, claims his life. It's a 2v2, but Nafe is still very low. Something to consider here. BDS with 50 seconds on the attack. I'd still like their position just a bit more than DC. But DC have now got themselves back into a position where they can actually win this round, despite the 5v3 beginning of the round for BDS. Nitro Cell pre-placed. Still an impact available as well for Nafe. And honestly, the way DC have been playing, it would not surprise me whatsoever if they can pull this off. And if they do, with a 4-0 start out of this timeout, it's going to put BDS absolutely into tilt mode.
I mean, they're going to have to try and drop it down. They might regret putting that C4 on the roof now because they're going for the default plant. Will they retake above? Yes, they will, but is Usus ready for it? They're trying to go for the fight. They're trying to go for 2-pronged, 1 fight, and Usus has to watch every single direction and level. He goes down. They've got vertical. They've almost got it, but it's a 1 versus nobody. NJR! I said it at the start. He has the clutch capabilities, and he proves it here now. Slow and steady, my boy.
It was a 5-on-3 double kill pre-2 minutes. The attack starts to fall apart. DarkZero just find a way to get that counter punch in, whether that's a run out, whether that's a swing or a peek. NJR in a very, very aggressive position, playing off the yokai drones. Nafe is dead though. No more yokais. Montang in your face. Gut break not going to work. And it looks as if BDS will be responding to everything League of Fact just said. Ooh. And they will pick things up here in the 5th round with a very dominant round, a very dominant performance. It started with Solotov, it ends with him. Kills. And the lurk here from Solotov on the nook, straight through bar. Bolo over towards the cocktail balcony. Will he be ready for this? He was not ready whatsoever. The creep up is successful from Solotov, and White Stairs has been taken by League of Fact on the Blackbeard. They did lose retake, but they might want to, I was going to say threat of C4, all of them are actually gone. There's the lead up, there's the hit, and there's the escape. There is some support coming. Solotov gets 1, Pamba trades it out at least, so it wasn't entirely for naught, but suddenly the fight is on the bottom of the stairs, and a Blackbeard has the lockdown and the close down. They've been able to get themselves rested around the site. They're going for the plant as the other 2 players keep the pressure on towards them. NJR does get Lickafak and buys them back in, but it's a post-plant situation. NJR gets himself another. I said he had clutch capabilities, but now it's down to Shaiko to prove that he has the ones of the champion. 40 seconds. He has a lot of time here for the opponents to start rebuilding, but he's getting himself almost 2 1 versus 1s. Either side of a door, back and forth, and it's Nafe that gets the end in DarkZero. Map that just happened, a 5-1 that was pulled back towards the team actually winning it at the end, but that is how BDS died on the spot this early in the round. I mean, that's unforgivable. That's a role that you need to be alive late round.
Shaiko gets 1 back onto Kobe, but there's Bolo over the cover of the shield. There's a swing from Wedding that's about to happen, and Bolo almost got caught out by it, but he's between the fight, and Shaiko does actually get 1, but gets dropped, but the support from Prep is not enough. NJR does get it locked down. Everything has happened in the opening minute and 20 here.
I mean, they're just basically walking in the front door and saying we're just better, and that's the case right now. Nafe, good information onto Solotov. The Warden thinks about maybe wanting to pull the pistol out. League of Fact rotating back through Small Bake in towards Bake, so they now have information on where the remaining 2 players of BDS are. 1 for 1, they trade each other, but that's a win for DarkZero, Emmy. They keep the numbers advantage. NJR will finish it off. 6-1.
A minute left. Now at this point, DarkZero obviously have the pressure of trying to get the kid in. They've been able to get sort of narrow grasp on the top, but 2 kills make it feel a lot more strong. NJR does find Lickafak in the meantime. It's not the biggest removal of operators, but as Nafe gets users, the retake on the verticality. They get the ground into sort of their favor. They're able to battle it back and forth. At least the defenders now still with the site itself, but the fact that the battlefield is over there, not quite getting the catch. The drop into Laundry is well predicted, but Nave somehow wins it out, and NJR gets another, and it's all down to Solotov here. A slow start, but he's got to